Okay, our fence is showing signs of its age. Fences are beyond the scope of the inspection. And then in regard to the wood destroying insect report, it's just within 6 feet of the structure. And coming along over here, we're seeing some gaps between our garage car entry vertical casement and the brickwork. A little more of a gap over here. Rain gutters are discharging water too close to the structure. We got some level, or I'm being kind calling it level, we got some negative drainage going towards the structure over here on the west side of the house. The structure faces south. This meter box should be sealed on 3 sides to help prevent moisture penetration from getting into the structure. This is the main gas entrance, and this is the clothes dryer vent.
Are you dirty? You're always dirty. Anyway, I'll look at that a little better. This gas pipe, and there's your main shutoff for the gas coming into the structure, and this should have been painted to help prevent corrosion. And we're starting to see a few little cracks. Okay, see these little circles right in here? This is a post-tension cable. So this is probably one of the first ones. Or, you know, early. This house is built in the 70s. So I don't know what style it was. I just know it's post-tension cable. I know it's a very strong foundation system. I'm glad that we have it. I'm just identifying it. This is the breakfast area kick out. We got a little bit of wood rot going on here. Cracking and peeling paint. And then our gable ends. There's our gable vent. And then we got a little bit of cancer coming up here, developing around here. We got some apron flashing over our window kick out. We got some loose we've got some loose apron flashing right there. Moving along, this is all the plumbing I've seen so far. But what I'm seeing is cast iron. Cast iron lasts about 50 years. I hope it lasts 20 more years. I'm not saying that it's wrecked, you know, but I'm just telling you that it's time, you know, it's time. You need to start thinking forward about that. So unfortunately, my house is the same. Okay, got another hairline crack in the foundation perimeter right there. Got a little bit of separation between the vertical casement right here and the brickwork. Put that in there. There we go. Hang on. Just bear with me. Okay, papers are right there. There was some separation between the vertical casement and the brickwork on the south side of the breakfast area kick-out window, comma, west wall, period. Okay. Coming along, this is pretty consistent for all the windows. All that I've seen so far is we got some separation right there. This is the second window screen that I've seen torn. I say that because we got this one is torn as well. We're moving on along over here. I thought I saw just a few more cracks. I thought I did. We've got a vertical crack through the brick and mortar over here. There it is. And this corresponds with the crack on the garage floor. Then we got cracking over here on the north side of the kitchen kick-out right there. We have there's Tammy Faye. Okay. And then
our siding is in direct contact with the roof covering, and we've got, the siding is deteriorating because it's touching the roof covering, and that causes it to absorb moisture, capillary action, off of the roof, and it deteriorates prematurely. Okay, got a couple loose shingles over there. And then we come over here on this post. Okay, this is the west post, and this post is coming out of position right in here. And then our soffit vents are dirty. When they're dirty like that, that is a symptom. That's an indication. That's not a promise that you got poor attic ventilation. Got a little vertical crack between the brick and mortar right here on the formal dining area window on the south wall right there. French doors are beyond the scope of this inspection, but it looks like it's okay. Got a little ring type doorbell. Hello, breaking in. Got some separation right in here. We do not have a in-use cover. We got some in other places, but we don't have an in-use cover. Okay. And it's not GFCI on the front porch. And what I'm not seeing is drill holes. You don't have to have them, but that's usually an indication that the house has been treated for wood destroying insects, and I'm sure it has. Based on the age, this house is 70s, so it's only reasonable to assume that there would be some, but would have been some, but I haven't seen an indication just yet. Our light fixture should be sealed, okay, to help prevent moisture infiltration coming in. Now this post right here, we're missing some of our little quarter round, so we get a good look at it, and it does not appear we do not have a stand installed to help prevent moisture from wicking up. We got cracks in the flat work here on the front porch, 2 of them. In plane, but wider than 32nd of an inch. Where do termites live? In the ground. Huh. What do they eat? Dead wood. Oh. What's wood mulch? Dead wood on the ground next to your house. Oh. We call that a clue. Now, we didn't see this on the other side, but this is a better example. Okay, the siding is touching the roof, but it's not, deteriorated like it is on the other side. But right here is a good example. We do not have kick-out flashing. And we got a little piece of metal right in here. Okay, you know what they've been doing? They've been repairing the wood. Why were they repairing the wood? Because it was rotting. Why was it rotting? Because we didn't have kick-out flashing, diverting the water away from it, so the water just runs down siding and just hangs out there. So we were getting some wood rot. Okay. And then, this is our rake edge flashing. We got shingles, flashing, fascia board, soffit board, siding. Okay. Shingles, flashing, rake edge flashing. It's supposed to be lapped a minimum of 2 inches. They got a little nail in there. Why do you have the nail in there? Because it's coming apart. Why is it coming apart? Because it wasn't gapped like it was supposed to be. Oh, okay. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Why aren't you? I'm losing my... Oh, that's just great. Alright, we've got 3 cracks, vertical cracks through the brickwork, one close to that cold joint right there, these 2 right here on the corner. Bushes too close to the house again. Oh, now you're working? Okay. Moving on across here. This windowsill is a little too level. Not enough pitch on it to divert water away from the structure. This is a better example of this is when I first come to my attention. I first noticed it, but the separations between the window frames and the brickwork. Okay. But now this window ledge, it doesn't have enough pitch. If you look, all the mortar is getting washed out. All right, and it's holding it close to the structure. I wish I could see these bricks a little better. I do. Somebody's been digging around in here. What's in here? Ah, there's a vertical crack through the brick and mortar right there. I see that. It doesn't go up here. It doesn't go that high. See? You gotta look. This pipe is the HVAC evaporator coil secondary drain pipe. And we install those over a window. So if you look out the window, you see the water coming out, you know that you got a problem upstairs and you got to go fix it. This siding doesn't look like it matches the other siding. I believe this might have been replaced at some time. And then over here, these are called soldier bricks and those are sailor bricks. But this is the middle bedroom, you know, or yeah, middle bedroom. Primary bedroom, 1, 2, yeah, second bedroom, third bedroom, okay. But around third bedroom's soldier bricks. I got a little mortar separation right there. Okay, people been. What do we got? I can't. And then we're starting to get a little more wall in here. We can look down a little bit. We're coming to part 2.